My background and the reason for why I chose Holacracy as a focus for my thesis, it might be tangent to where I'm brought up and when I'm brought up. I'm brought up I'm born in 1988, so I'm born into this postmodern kind of shift. And I'm from the Nordic countries, specifically from Iceland. I was born in Norway, so I have that specific Nordic egalitarianism probably in my upbringing. And furthermore, I am rediscovering that I am, in fact, a two-time child of divorce. So the former being the reason why I moved to Iceland from Norway. This might be a likely contributor to the fact, or to the tendency that I like to do, is that if I'm part of a group work and there are two conflicting opinions, I have a tendency to jump in the middle of it, trying to settle arguments and kind of trying to incorporate angles from both ends towards a third alternative, which everyone can agree on. This is a really taxing exercise because even though similar to what I wanted to do in settling fights with parents, this really adds to my prior workload of trying to do projects like digital media, sketching, ideation, whatever, because I'm trying to put other people's fires out. So how can we stop this heroic leader messiah complex sometimes that is apparent in some organizations today, and kind of shift it towards more of a self-management paradigm where everybody is working collectively towards some purpose-driven goal? So Holacracy is trying to do exactly that. And Holacracy is not alone. Holacracy is a tangent of a paradigm that's called integral teal or evolutionary teal. And that is believed to be the next shift in collective consciousness, since we evolve cognitive responses and abilities all through shifts of time. In integral teal and then Holacracy, the aspect is trying to incorporate authority, real distributed authority, instead of the top-down hierarchical pyramid. It's not flat hierarchy, it's not ruled by consensus, because that doesn't really work either. It's just meetings upon meetings trying to get everybody on board, and the outcome is usually more meetings. So meeting fatigue is something I think, well, at least I am aware of. And Holacracy, in focusing on the aspect that we have in our society today, multiple roles or social castings that we adhere to. For example, I'm a husband, son, brother, but also I'm an employee, I'm a student, etc. And even though it's hard juggling these roles, we are really efficient at it. And you can also mirror that in our social media selves. So Holacracy tries to distribute what the accountabilities of each role in its organization and trying to utilize this multiplicity strength that we have. And Holacracy and Integral Teal try to just embrace the uncertainty of whatever it is that we're facing and trying to face and try to just realize that we have an illusion of control. We try to predict and control everything from ranks to organizations, while instead we should do as, like the metaphor is for Holacracy organizations is a bicycle. When you ride a bicycle, you're constantly adapting to your surroundings, while if we were to ride a bicycle in the way that predict and control paradigms or top-down is basically trying to plan ahead the route, I have an idea of where I'm going, but then I plan I'm going to turn this road, I'm going to lean a little bit like this if this happens, etc. And then I close my eyes and go cycling. Of course, there's going to be a catastrophe, I'm guessing. And it's insane that in modern organizations we're trying to predict and control in a machinist way everything from A to Z. So basically, the essence is trying to get people on board, not through consensus, but through each and every specific role, and people hold in Holacracy organization multiple roles, and trying to work towards a common goal or a purpose in seeing the organization's goals trying to be fulfilled. Specifically, I wanted to look at Dungeons and Dragons and the fantasy role-playing game aesthetic of that criteria, and try to incorporate that in my thesis output work, which is not the thesis essay, but a tangible, experiential glimpse into Holacracy and how it might work with parameters and attributes from Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games.